Hi there guys, Rath here from tabletopminis.com and welcome to another questions and answers episode. So in this episode, it's your chance to ask us any questions that you'd like. It could be anything, from hobby to YouTube to any topic you really like. And in this episode, what we do is we go through the last episode, look at the comments and pick the questions out, and we try and answer as many as we can. And in usually sort of around about 45 minutes, half an hour or something like that. So we'll go through the last questions and answers, episode 6, and we'll just go through the questions and let's see if I can answer them, and then maybe a little chat about the channel and what we've been up to and what our sort of short-term plans are and other things. So let's just go through the comments here. So we've got from Vincent Goad. I would hate to see you move away from the painting sessions. It gives something extra to this channel where there is way more interaction, and a big thing for me is that I can actually get some work in and enjoying talking to you and seeing you guys work, and I don't give a rat's ass about the streaming quality of the video. Where is my rumor section? Yeah, the painting hangouts, the Google Hangouts, they're a lot of fun. We've not done so many of them over the last couple of months, not for any particular reason really. We've been doing a lot of painting. We have moved where we paint a few times over the last few months. But yeah, we'll definitely do more of them. Just when we do them, it's kind of ad hoc. We don't really have any sort of plan for when we're going to have one. Usually when we do them, it's kind of on the day we think, okay, let's do a painting hangout tonight, and then we put it on. So I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot, being able to talk to you guys while I'm painting and stuff. And I know some of you guys like it, so we'll definitely continue doing that. And he also says, where is my rumor section? So yeah, I try and mix in a little bit of the rumors, into news and rumors, into these questions and answers episodes. So I'll try and remember to. I think I forgot in the last video, even after saying at the start that I would, so apologies for that, but I think we got kind of carried away. Okay, now what else do we have? Severin and Maria saying, great to see you back. Any chances for painting hangouts? I really missed them, so we just covered that before. In short, yeah, we'll definitely do more. What do you think about Age of Sigmar after those few months after release? Is it the same fun to play? Greetings from Poland. So, hi there, Sarah and Maria. Yeah, I mean, we're still having a lot of fun playing our Age of Sigmar games. I mean, the game is obviously, it's developing. We're getting more and more of the backstory now with the releases and the sort of the Realmgate Wars, the story series that goes along with Age of Sigmar. And although I haven't read the whole thing, I definitely plan on covering all of it. And because to make that connection with the game, I think understanding the background and the lore and connecting with the story is really important for you to own your army, as it were, or is for me at least. So I think Age of Sigmar is still great to play. There's other things that have been coming out since then with Horus Heresy and stuff that we've been spending quite a lot of time on as well. But yeah, I mean, we're loving our games of Age of Sigmar. I'm quite excited to see what new stuff's going to come this year from Age of Sigmar front, especially with regards to the new elves. That's the big one that I'd like to see. But obviously there's going to be a lot more on the horizon here. Like I think now we've seen some Fire Slayers. They're going to sort of conclude the Fire Slayers, and then I believe the next one they're going to go on to is going to be Undead, and we're going to see some models there, some like large construct models for the Undead. So that should be quite good to get into the sort of death alliance there. And then I believe also we're going to see orcs quite soon as well. So if you notice in the Fire Slayer pictures, you can see some pictures with like a wyvern, an orc wyvern behind there, or wyvern. Some people call it different names. I call it wyvern. So we know orcs is kind of coming as well, or there's going to be some orc themes coming up quite soon. So yeah, I think there's going to be loads of exciting new stuff coming this year. New campaign books, new armies, development of the story, and as well, I think the community is kind of settling down a little bit with Age of Sigmar. I mean, you've obviously got your camp that hated the old world being destroyed. I'm definitely in that camp. I really do hate that the old world was destroyed, and I would have preferred they kept the old world and I'm fine with the game mechanics being changed, but I would have preferred it if they just hadn't blown up the whole thing and split it into these realms. They're quite abstract concepts to connect with and to understand and to relate to. In the old world we had a map where you could clearly distinguish where your army are from, and how everything connects together, which is, I think, a big complaint with Age of Sigmar. Is people are really, even the people that are, they took on Age of Sigmar with a positive attitude, they're struggling a little bit to connect with the world, because Games Workshop, they need to do more in that area, I think, building the picture for people to be able to connect to the game. So I'm hoping we're going to see a lot of that this year. I know Age of Sigmar, some people say it's not a tournament game. Some people say it's a great tournament game. I guess I don't really have any experience playing in a tournament, so I don't have any sort of educated opinions on the matter. But I think it's appealing to people from both camps. We've certainly had a lot of work in the community with comp systems, so sort of rulings, changing the rules, changing the ways the game's being played to make it more suit what their environment is, or how they think the game should be played. And the main ones there are sort of SDK, Azure Comp, Clash Comp, getting a lot of traction in the UK. And what else do we have? We've got the School League system from Games Workshop, and there's some other ones. There was an Age of Sigmar Player's Handbook that came out quite recently. So I'm planning on doing a video on that fairly soon, on the different comps, sort of summarizing them for people who don't really know anything about the comps, or why they might consider using a comp. So I think there's Age of Sigmar is going pretty well. I think. You've seen you might have seen the financial statement from Games Workshop saying that they had a slow December, and there's people kind of calling the sky's falling with Games Workshop, but I don't believe it's the case. They came out with a statement saying that Age of Sigmar, I think they said that the sales were quite strong, or they didn't say that. They said that they were more than satisfied with the reaction from the community, and I guess they're talking about sales there as well. But I think December was a slow month for worldwide, the economical situation and so on. I don't think it's got anything to do with Age of Sigmar. The fact that December sales are slow, I think, is more kind of a kind of worldwide concern, or kind of something that affects everybody. So I don't see anything in that statement other than things are going okay, and I think they're going to continue along the lines that they have been, which is full steam ahead, releases, new product releases, developing the story, and like I've said in previous episodes, I would like to see more depth to Age of Sigmar, and through the background, more storytelling, more getting people connecting with the world, and also in terms of rules, it would be nice for Games Workshop to come out with some expansions, I think, for the people who want to play a more detailed kind of game. Like more, some people like rules, some people don't like rules. I think having the framework quite simple and easy to pick up is good, but I think if we could have some more, especially with the magic and some other things, I think that would appeal to a lot of the people who feel like Age of Sigmar is, it's been too simplified relative to the old Warhammer. So that's what I'd like to see. I think we're enjoying playing Age of Sigmar. You've seen, or you might have seen, Games Workshop have come out with all these start collecting box sets, which is really, really great. Because in the past, Games Workshop, they used to, or they still do to some degree, they do web bundles where they'll sell you an army, but they basically just picked units, put them together, and you pay full retail on each unit that they've put into the web bundle. But with these start collecting box sets, they've actually, if you were to buy the models individually, it'll cost you sort of 30-40% more than buying the start collecting armies. So I think that's a really great move by Games Workshop. Start of the new year, start a new army type of thing. When I had to look through them, I had to look at the Orc or the Greenskins box set, and I was really tempted. I really felt like maybe that might be the next army for me, Orcs. So I'm not sure, especially if new Orc releases are coming out, but you know, I'm kind of playing catch up a little bit because I've still got an undead army from a few months ago that I've assembled and I've partially painted, but I need to finish them and start getting some battle reports out with them before really thinking about new stuff. So that's kind of where I am with the new armies and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of, I want to clear the backlog before getting more stuff. Otherwise, I'll be kind of overwhelmed with so much stuff to paint that, you know, it really doesn't make any sense to be buying more stuff when I've got so much stuff that I need to finish off. So, but there's exceptions, of course. So we'll see how that goes. But really love them new armies. I think it's a good move by Games Workshop, and I think this year is going to be a really good year. You know, I'm going off on a bit of a tangent here, but you know, they've got a lot of other things coming out this year with specialist games and so on. So really looking forward to what this year brings for Age of Sigmar and, well, for everything really. So on to the next question. What do we have? Stephen Thomas says, "Hi guys, great video. I found those D&D books a few weeks ago too. Games Workshop have put me through a roller coaster of emotions recently. I was horrified at what happened to Warhammer Fantasy Battle, but elated to find out Specialist Games was coming back. This leads me to two questions. I'm hoping they pick up the Epic system, but go back to first edition when it was Horus Heresy to complement the 30k releases. What system are you most looking forward to seeing again?" That's a tricky question because I'm a big fan of most of the games Games Workshop have released. The rumors are that Specialist Games are going to be releasing Aeronautica Imperialis at some point during this year, likely before Blood Bowl. And the signs are that it looks like Aeronautica Imperialis, Blood Bowl, and possibly Epic are the ones that are getting a lot of work put into them at the moment. You know, some of these rumors came from credible rumor mongers, so I think, and also Games Workshop have come out with, you know, you can see at Warhammer World new miniatures for Blood Bowl, so you know they're working on it. And I think some of the staff have actually commented on saying that, you know, Blood Bowl is likely to be released near the end of this year. So we know Blood Bowl's coming, which is a big one for me. I love Blood Bowl. It's hard to pick a favorite because, you know, so many of them have so much. I'm so nostalgic, I guess, and like I enjoyed playing so many of the different games at different points in my childhood, and I still do with the games that we've kind of, you know, we've bought again and we've been playing recently. You know, Necromunda and stuff like that. So I think probably Blood Bowl and Epic I'm most looking forward to. But what I really want to see from Specialist Games actually is new games. So I know it's you know, kind of getting your old box set, like if they re-release Blood Bowl, that's amazing. Like I'm gonna absolutely love that, and I hope people pick it up. I hope they come out with new miniatures, which I'm sure they will, and I'm really excited about that. But I really want Specialist Games to create some new IP and some new just brand new games, and I don't mean like small games like Betrayal at Calth and Assassinorum Execution Force, because like them standalone board games are fine, but you know, most people are buying them just to use the miniatures, and the game as itself, I don't think it has much replayability. So what I want to see is more games coming from Specialist Games like Blood Bowl or Mordheim or Necromunda, where they've got a really good game. The miniatures, maybe the box set comes with some miniatures, but then they do additional releases, so you get multiple armies or teams or whatever it may be. I would like them to, I think if they should focus their efforts in that area, because you know, really releasing these games, I don't think it's really going to be that much work for them. You know, okay, there's some tweaks to the old rules. I don't think they're going to completely redesign the games. I think that they're likely to, like with Blood Bowl, they'll likely pick up the community edition rules, you know, what people are playing now in tournaments and stuff, maybe tweak it slightly, but really focus on re-releasing or, you know, remaking miniatures for the game. I think that's where they'll put their effort more so than changing the rules, because the rules are why we like the game so much. but I think they've got a lot of room to give us something new, and I think that's what I'm most excited about actually from Specialist Games, is not the old games being re-released, it's to see what new stuff they can come out with. Do they still have the talent to be able to give us another Blood Bowl or Mordheim or Necromunda that isn't Necromunda or Blood Bowl or Mordheim, but it's something completely new, but it's got that sort of traction and support from the people playing. So that's what I'm hoping for. Okay, what else do we have? And the second question was also, do you think they will rewrite the rules or keep the core rules with the same with tweaks and release new miniatures? Yeah, so I guess I answered that just then. I'm guessing with Blood Bowl they won't do much rules-wise due to the community that plays both tabletop and digital versions. What are your views? So yeah, like I said, I think they're really not going to look too much at changing the rules. More so, they'll be releasing a whole bunch of cool miniatures and obviously the boxed set again, which I think will be great, because the miniatures that I have seen so far look really good. The Orc and the Human Thor are really good. Okay, Havoc Plague is saying, absolutely love the 30k battle reports, keep it up. Thank you. A 40k question, do you think we'll see plastic Sisters of Battle anytime soon or ever? I'd love to see them as a small release, something like Dark Elder Harlequins. Well, I think we can pretty much 100% say that Games Workshop's not going to, and nothing new is going to come out in metal again. So it's, I think, unless they completely leave the Sisters of Battle behind, which they have been doing, I guess, in a way, then we won't see any plastic. But yeah, I really don't know, to be honest. I think they could do it, and there's a lot of people that want it, but I don't know whether there's enough of a demand for them to focus their attention there, especially with all the other things that are going on with Games Workshop at the moment. So I wouldn't hold my breath for it, put it that way. Okay, now Jonathan Powell is saying, when are you doing another Just Epic series video? Well, we had this idea when we did the Just Epic series, was that we wanted to play a 4-player, like a big game. At the time, I think it was just after we did a 3-player game, and we thought this was a lot of fun. Why don't we do a 4-player and make it even bigger? And because it was such a big battle report, and it took so long, we actually split it into 3 parts, an hour each. We thought, well, we can't really put it into the Great Crusade Age of Sigmar series or playlist, so we just came up with this Just Epic name for the series, and I thought at the time we'll use that series for anything in the future we do that is kind of on a large scale type of one-off games. Then we can put it into the Just Epic series. So the plan wasn't, when we made Just Epic, that we had an idea what we're going to do in the future for it. It's just really anything that we do that's a kind of one-off, maybe apocalypse games or large scale stuff, we'd put it into that series. So no plans as such, but I'm sure things are going to come up that we will put into that into that series, I mean. Okay, let's see. Dave R, my prediction, Skaven plus space equals Spaven. And Vlad Nika is saying, glad to see these are back. By the way, mind if you ramp up your 30k reports slowly? I like your videos as a tutorial. I want new look on High Elf Dragons. I find them lacking right now. Yeah, well, I think our 30k, we started with a small force from the Betrayal at Calth box set, and we've been adding, as we've been painting up the army, we've been adding, kind of unit here, a unit there, adding 1 tank at a time type of thing. And so we started at about 1200 points, and then the next game was like 1300, 1400, and then the last game was sort of 1600, and the next one's going to be a little bit higher, and so on. So as we're building the army, we're kind of showing it that way. So I think we're kind of doing that in a way. Okay, what else do we have? Madas Wargame says, nice new setup, looks good. My question is, when will the next Necromunda bat rep be on? And do you think they will re-release the old specialist games and add new minis or make new versions of the old games? I think we probably covered that already. For your part on when we'll do the next Necromunda bat rep, I'm not really sure. At the moment we're kind of focusing on Age of Sigmar and Horus Heresy, and you know, we've got a lot more 40k to paint up, so we can do more 40k battle reports as well. The specialist game stuff, we're kind of we do episodes when we feel like playing them, kind of ad hoc in between. So couldn't really tell you when the next one will be, but there will be more for sure. I mean, we've got loads more models there, an Escher gang, an Orlok gang, lots of Outlander stuff. So yeah, we'll definitely be doing more of that. Okay, and Warhammer Range is saying, with the army for Age of Sigmar, why haven't you used the undead army yet, since you've had it since August? Well, that's a very good question. It's one that I ask myself every time I look in the miniatures cabinet and I can see that they're still not ready for the table. I think I got kind of sidetracked. I can't remember exactly what we were doing at the time or what we were painting, but it's kind of a difficult job to kind of manage what I'm painting or plan what I'm painting, because we're kind of, when new releases come out, and we kind of change our plan quite regularly. So, or you know, a new scenery kit comes out and it might take 4 or 5 days of painting or whatever. It was certainly the case with the Horus Heresy scenery and the Chaos Dreadhold, you know, trying to find time to paint them pieces in amongst our normal army painting has been quite difficult. And as well as, you know, we're trying to show a variety of content, so in theory it's best, you know, when you start painting something, just finish it and then move on to the next thing, because it can be harder to come back to half finished models or units and so on. So I should probably stuck to that and just got it done, and then we could have been doing undead battle reports a lot sooner, but there's not much left to do on them, so it's definitely going to be on the channel quite soon. I would think in the next few weeks we're going to have undead playing in our Age of Sigmar battle reports, and with the new undead stuff, you know, I can add some of that stuff to the existing army, which is going to be really cool. So yeah, you'll see it soon. And I think that is it for the questions. Not too many questions this week, or well, over the last few weeks. So if you'd like to leave questions for the next battle, for the next questions and answers session, just do it in this comment video. I guess from our side, we got this in the post the other day. This is our Warhammer YouTubers 2015 award. So thank you very much, Vince Venturella and crew for this, and all you guys who voted for us. So that was really humbling, I guess, and you know, really happy to have won the best Age of Sigmar content for 2015, and a nice little cover letter there from Kieran. So yeah, thanks very much for that. What else have I been up to? I've been doing a lot of painting with the Horus Heresy, the 30k. So I'm almost finished all of the 30k. I've got a few more things that will take some time, but they're not necessarily urgent. Like I've got here Vulcan. I've been kind of putting him together. The Primarch for the Salamanders. I'm really looking forward to painting him, and you know, I'm not going to rush to paint him just to get him on the table. So I'm going to paint him quite, you know, as a very sort of slow and steady job to get the best result I can. So yeah, kind of working a little bit on that. I've also got another box of Betrayal at Calth that we're going to split the Marines between our World Eaters and Salamanders and paint them up, plus a few more units from the original box, another 10 tactical Marines I need to do. On the Age of Sigmar front, we've got the Undead Army to finish, so that's on my to-do list, like upcoming. And I've also got some High Elves that I want to paint. So I've done quite a lot of High Elf battle reports over the last 6 to 9 months, but I really haven't done any High Elf painting, really. I've done a few things, but you know, I've got a huge High Elf army, so I really want to get my Shadow Warriors and some Phoenix Guard and Alarielle and some other things painted quite soon, so I can have a bit more variety to the elf list. And what else do we have? Eldar. I've got a small Eldar army painted, but it's quite a overpowered tournament style list with all jet bikes, and it's a bit too strong for the games that we've been playing. So I've also got Guardians and some Warwalkers and a whole load of other Eldrad, Ulthuan, and some other things that it'd be good to paint up so I can show some variety in my Eldar army as well. And on top of that, I've got Blood Angels. So I've got this whole Blood Angels army that I've been doing some painting on. I've got a tactical squad, a Dreadnought painted, some some other bits and bobs, a captain and some other things. But I've got a Storm Raven to paint there, and quite a lot of other things. So I've got quite a large to-do list for painting, and it's all stuff that I would love to have painted as soon as possible so we can show it on the channel in our battle reports. So it's kind of balancing that stuff, and at the same time, when new releases come out like Fire Slayers, and then if Undead come and Orcs come, and with Horus Heresy, expanding our Horus Heresy armies, and so on. It's just kind of juggling all them things. So it's a lot to do actually for most people. They have one or two armies, or they'll be working on one army and they'll work on it over a year. But we've been having to paint a lot of different armies and a lot of different miniatures quite quickly so that we can have variety in what we're showing to you guys. So it's quite challenging. It's enjoyable though. It's really nice having all these different armies and a variety of different things to paint, jumping from a kind of painting a Land Raider Spartan to something from Age of Sigmar. It is fun. It's a lot of fun doing that, but it's just quite tricky to kind of prioritize what you need to paint and what to do next to make the next video or the next couple of videos. And also for next month, I think we've changed the way our Patreon works. We're going to try and get more content out on videos that aren't battle reports. So we'll do we're probably going to do more battle reports than we've done before next month and onwards. But on top of that, we want to do a lot more content videos like tactics, strategy, army overviews, painting and modeling videos, doing all that type of thing to kind of give more balance to the content we're showing. I just got interrupted there with somebody coming through the house. So where were we? We're talking about new content. So next month, also we're hoping to have all this variety of content, which is really good. And it's really fun as well to create more than just battle reports. It kind of gives us a chance to do some different things there. So hopefully that'll appeal to you guys as well, and it won't be effort wasted. I think it'll be quite fun for us to do and for you guys to watch. And what else? Also, I forgot to mention, we're going to be having a narrative campaign. We're working on narrative campaigns for both Horus Heresy and Age of Sigmar at the moment. So I hope we'll have at least one of them campaigns will kick off next month as well. So that should be quite exciting. I think possibly it'll be Horus Heresy, but we'll see what comes. So some exciting stuff coming next month, I hope. I guess that's pretty much it from us. Anything else? I guess I've kind of covered some of the news and rumors for you, Vincent and co. We've got Fire Slayers finishing, then it looks like Undead, then Orcs, and and on 40k side, I think we've got Space Wolves coming, some new Long Fangs and some other new stuff there. And there's a whole load of other things, but I really didn't put much thought into the news and rumors section before starting this video, so I guess I'll kind of leave it at that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode of Questions and Answers. As always, put your comments and your questions below for the next one, because this is the only place that I look at for questions for these shows. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you again soon.